All right, so how they look? As you can see, got a little bit of atrophy. We have the scar. I'm just scarred up, but scars are attractive. So today I am back at it. We are about 8 weeks out from surgery. So now is the time where I'm going to start up my official block of hypertrophy. We're gonna start on a tens wave of accumulation so that we can increase muscle, especially in this quad and hamstring, to bring it up, to make sure that we're gaining the necessary muscle to enhance our strength going further. And I brought a man with me, Mr. M80 himself. We're gonna get after it. Follow along, let's do this. All right, so when you're getting back from a long layoff in the gym, you're trying to build up your maximal strength and you're trying to build up your power, you first have to develop the base, okay? So we have to increase hypertrophy or muscle building. So today, we're going to be going on an accumulation phase. So we're gonna accumulate volume, right? And then we will increase intensity over time. It's a basic block phasic approach. So today I'm gonna go ahead and do rack pulls, but I'm gonna go from the sumo position because I wanna work the outer quad and I wanna make sure that I'm using that lateral force. So we're working the hips, the outer quads, we're working the legs. And in the rack, it's similar to almost like a leg press because it is sitting in a position where you need to produce force from the ground. So again, I'm not going too deep because I don't wanna put too much bend on the knee in this position with heavier load. So I'm gonna go right below the knee and then I'm gonna drive through. But when I drive, I'm gonna actually act like I'm spreading the floor apart and pushing out instead of down, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do 4 sets of 10, and then we're gonna do an extra set of a burnout, so it's gonna be 10 plus. So again, we're gonna keep that same weight. We're gonna do 65% of our 1 rep max or projected 1 rep max. Now, like I said before, I haven't maxed out and I haven't lifted in a while, so take it with an RPE standing. So again, rate of perceived exertion, you're looking at a 7 to 8 RPE in this particular phase of training. So you're looking at accumulations wave. We wanna do a 7 to 8 RPE, which basically means you're gonna leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank. So again, if I'm gonna do a set of 10, I'm gonna pick a weight that I could do for 12 to even 14 repetitions. Des is doing the conventional style. I'm gonna go ahead and do the sumo style. Again, at the top, you're squeezing your glutes, getting that lateral force like we talked about, working on that external rotation, all right? We're using those external rotators. We're using the glute med, right? All those abductors to spread the floor apart and lock out at the hip. So again, I'm also keeping tight tension on my lats, making sure I have a neutral upright position. And then again, I'm pushing out instead of pushing down. Here we go. A little bit wider of a stance, externally rotated on the femurs, lats tight, head up. Okay. Still doing warm-up sets. In between the warm-up sets, we're gonna take a band. I'm gonna do 10 good mornings with the band. Four sets, 10 reps, 65% of my projected 1 rep max. And again, making sure that if you don't know your 1 rep max, use that RPE scale or use the reps in reserve formula. You can find that on my mentorship program if you don't know or want to learn more. I know plenty of coaches that have grown a tremendous amount from the methods and the protocols that I've utilized for my athletes. If you want to check it out more, go ahead and sign up. Link is in the description. Mentorship program, you get access for life. I mean, ideally, when you're doing a rack pull, ideally you would want to do conventional style, just because of the range of motion. But for me, I have to limit the range with these higher level or higher intensities the weight isn't exactly heavy, but it's more than what I've been doing, okay? So what you wanna do is, again, start off slow, put your body in the best position to be successful, make it very simple to do. And also, again, you wanna make sure the efficiency and effectiveness is there. So putting my body in this position with a sumo, I'll be able to hit the muscles that I need to, because again, the goal today and for the rest of this 8-week block is hypertrophy. Come on now, hit it. Let's go, get it up. Get it up. Stay tight. Technique. Good. Good, right there. Yep. Another great thing about the rack pull is it gives you better technical efficiency, especially under this type of load, because you can work volume with that technique. So for Dez, he has a tendency to drop his hips a little too much, and it gets him out of position in the initial pull from the ground. So his first pull off the floor, he shoots his hips up too much because he's not in the right position from the start. So we try to negate that by putting him in the right position from the start. This way his hips never really move up or down, they just extend. And that's what we really want. So again, it gets him in the right position to understand that and how to strain underneath that potential of energy that he can produce from the floor, but we're doing it from the rack because it's sitting him in that position that he needs to when he gets to that position from the floor to the knee. All right, so I got the blood flow restriction cuffs on, or BFR cuffs. Because of the fact that I can't go super heavy on this, I still want to get that metabolic stress and I want to get some mechanical tension. But again, we're looking to enhance hypertrophy with blood flow trapped into the working muscle. So again, with the cuffs on, it traps all that blood that you're accumulating in the legs, in the quads and the hamstrings. And again, it's going to help me build muscle with not so heavy load. So you can go about 40 to 50% of your 1 rep max and still get hypertrophic gains from that with the BFR cuffs. The tension in my legs, as it's still trapping the blood, there's a lot of tension there. It feels like my legs are about to explode. So we got double orange bands over each side with a 45 on each side too as well. So I don't know how much fucking tension it is, but it's a lot. I would say you're looking at about 50% of load, and then you got the accommodated resistance at the top. So there's no break. There's always gonna be tension throughout the entire range of motion. And then again, like I said, I'm holding on to that blood into the muscle. So we're gaining hypertrophy from that. We're getting that metabolic stress like I talked about. And you're getting some muscular damage, good muscular damage because of the tearing of the fibers. So you got the contraction and the stretch being produced and promoted with 30 reps. I'm gonna rest, Jed's gonna go, and I gotta do 2 more sets of 15 reps. Still got a little bit of patella tendonitis pain right on the outside or the edge of my patella, which is normal. So it took me a little bit, and I gotta make sure that when I go to squat, I'm putting the tension evenly throughout the body, so I'm not using my left side more than my right. And that takes a lot of focus, so we're working on that now. All right, so we're finishing up. We've got sled drags. We're gonna go forward and backwards for 4 trips at about 60 yards. So I'm gonna go ahead, push off, get this work, finalize it, and call it a day. Again, this is more for GPP or general physical preparedness, like I talked about in the past. I like doing sled drags. Sled dragging, if you don't know, is in every damn program I do. This will allow you to get muscle activation, work on your conditioning, work on fast twitch muscle capacity, or building up mitochondrial density in the fast twitch fibers, Basically meaning you're building up the aerobic endurance of your fast twitch fibers. And on top of that, when you're coming back from a knee surgery, this is really good to do to strengthen up the hamstrings. If you're pulling forward, strengthen up the quads if you're pulling backwards. All right, guys, so you've seen the first day back, tens waves, accumulation phase, building up, hypertrophy, trying to gain some muscle mass back into my leg. Now I'm able to contract that quad, I'm able to contract my hamstrings, work on the muscle, work on the tempos, get it better, get it back in order so that I can keep progressing, getting stronger, getting faster, and gaining more power over time. So follow along this journey. Again, if you like this video, let me know, hit the comments down below, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. I'll see you again next time. Peace.